Tigers are getting Rashawn Gary back off the PUP list. ACL surgery in November. We get Matt Hamilton back from Minnesota. Hey.
Hello.
Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton for a week, and then I'm out. But it's summer, so it is what it is. It's not like you were on vacation. You were doing your...
A little bit of vacation. I
was trying to give you some credit here. You were... It was a work vacation because your day job is curling for the Olympic team. So there was a lot of Olympic-related activities, Matt Hamilton. So 844-770-3776. Chime in and welcome Matt back. We're live at the Everlight Solar Studio. Matt, where's your mustache? You look naked.
Yeah. Feel a little bit naked. Lost it. Right when I got home. I cut the mustache in after my little vacation cabin in the woods. I felt like the beard was appropriate for the kind of pseudo roughing it cabin vacation on the lake where you're catching dinner and whatnot. Yeah. So I cut the mustache in for curling camp because, got to perform my best. And that's obviously peak Matt Hamilton. So that's why I brought it out for the curling camp. But my wife, she begs to differ that that's peak Matt Hamilton and made me cut it within 20 minutes of getting home.
So do we call this Alex Strofe, who's also randomly on the show, which is shocking?
Randomly?
You've been on the show once, I feel like 2 times in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's not necessarily my choice.
Is Matt in the buff? Is this what is his face in the buff? How do we call this?
Buff.
But he's looks naked.
I know that's not dirty, but it sounds dirty.
Well, it means like you're naked.
Right.
His face seems
so it's a
naked.
little dirty.
Yeah, his face is naked.
No, that's the first thing I said to him when I saw him today. I gave him my hug, as I always do, and I said, where the hell is your mustache?
Should we call him buff face?
No.
I agree with Alex.
Sounds a little too close to butt face.
You think?
Yeah, I will be honest. The breeze on the buff lip is
it's awful.
Buffing it here in the Everlight Solar Studio. Matt Hamilton. Matt, how was it? What did you do?
Yeah, so like I alluded to, I went up to a cabin last Saturday. Was there until Wednesday. Nice little spot, kind of near Spooner, Wisconsin.
Hey, that's not that far from where I'll be. I'll be in Hayward.
No, right on. Yeah, it's the lakes up there, man, are crystal clear. So we're with our friends in their cabin, their family cabin. Their great grandfather built it. It's been there for 100 years. So it's not really super modern. It's got 2 beds that probably were not made in this decade.
Okay.
So that was rough sleeping on those. But in a bathroom in a normal cabin on the lake, right? Kitchen, whatnot. Little fish house to clean your fish. So it was very relaxing. Spent a lot of time hanging out in the water, and I did a ton of fishing. Caught so many bluegill. My freezer's stocked.
How non-dedicated to the curling is Matt Ham? I thought you were going to tell us about all the work things you were doing up there.
That
was the first half.
You just tell us about, you
however,
went on vacation again.
Jim.
I've been trying to paint him as a guy.
But hold on.
Yeah.
Don't make fun of him here.
Oh.
Because you know why?
Why?
Because it sounds like he's going to invite us over for a bluegill
fish fry.
Well, that sounds amazing.
Proper fish fry.
The fish fry. In fact, I'm not making fun of him, but I've been trying to sell him all week. Matt's working this week. All last week, I was like, no, Matt's not on vacation.
He never works.
He's doing a real thing.
To be fair, I was very nervous about my curling training camp.
Yes, you were.
I went on 2 runs on my vacation. I hate running. I never run.
Okay.
But there's nothing else there. I wasn't going to do Ben Stiller and heavyweights and go find a log and
right.
chest press it over my head or shoulder press it over my head or anything. So I did go on runs while I was there. So I did try and work out a little bit.
So, on that note, I don't know if this will be in what Matt missed, which we'll do next segment. I did a whole thing on running. So I think I know where you fall on it. I think we just need to acknowledge that running sucks and it's stupid. And if you want to do it, that's fine. But we need to stop going out of the way to congratulate people for doing running. It's just dumb. And it can be part of it. Things can be 2 things. Hey, it's healthy, it's something to do, and it's part of a decent lifestyle. But it also can suck. And that's where, Matt,
for sure.
That's where I've kind of fallen on it. And I'm tired of these stickers. Do you get Like, do you get a sticker if you curl like 5 hours of practice? Like, what is the like? It's just an inane. You just came up with an arbitrary number of how far people have to run, and then you get a sticker for it. If
I mean, a marathon's not an arbitrary number.
Okay, but who
it's
established
history.
It was established
Marathon.
the Battle of Thermopylae.
Right, but okay. So if someone played like
that was Nike in Greece. Yeah, it's Greek history.
So if these like let's say some of the high school kids that play in these basketball tournaments and they play 12 hours of basketball, that sounds exhausting. You're basically getting a sticker for doing something exhausting.
But Jim, isn't the distance between the city of Marathon and the city of Athens 26.2 miles?
Yes.
Isn't that?
But again, my whole point is like people do athletic feats they don't always get a sticker for.
Hold on, we're not acknowledging the fact I knew that.
Well,
no, I think that's awesome. I think it
good for you,
should be fairly common knowledge.
You know what? I'm more impressed with that than I am with someone running that distance.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
I'm impressed with that sticker because I mean, I guess theoretically I could go out and buy my sticker and not have done it.
True.
But I would not do that because I am not capable of running 26.2 miles right now at this moment in time. I don't think I ever will be.
But here's and last little thing, because I was talking to my wife about it. She's like, well, it's impressive. I'm like, yeah, but anyone can do it. She's like, well, no. And I'm like, why can't you do it? She's like, well, I don't have the time. I'm like, yeah, you have a life that you cannot commit to this psychopathic idea that it's worthwhile to run 26.2 miles, so you can't do it because you have real life, normal person things to do. So that doesn't mean you can't do it. If you were able to have some magic wand and carve out the time to do it, anyone can run 26.2 miles if they want to. Because it's not even about the time. Nobody says what was your
How
time?
fast did you do it?
Did you do it? Yeah, I'm just saying.
That's such a funny way to think about it. I see those and I'm like,
judgmental Jim.
I see those and I'm like, wow, they did it. I don't even think like, well, what was your time?
Pressure.
And then engage it. If I ask what your time is, I'm just trying to engage you in conversation.
No idea what it means.
Not actually, yeah. You could tell me 12 hours and be like, seems a little long, but good job anyway. Did you put that sticker on your car?
You could just walk 26.2 miles and give yourself a sticker, right?
It's still,
Let's do it.
I know. I don't want to. I don't want the
No,
sticker.
we'll walk.
But I don't even want the sticker, so I
don't want the sticker, but I walk. Just to say, hey, it wasn't life-changing. It was.
I bet it would be.
It's
because
not.
if we're walking it, that probably is about 12 hours.
If
we leave at 8 a.m., we're probably not done until 8 p.m.
That's
we're probably having to pack some snackies.
See how far it is from Madison
that's a life-changing friendship that you form with
See how long the walk is from, like, Madison to Oregon? Like, could we walk to my house? That might be 26. Or to McFarland. Like,
I bet it's
way less.
Probably way less, yeah.
I bet it's, like, from here to, like, Poinette.
26 miles?
Yeah.
Probably Brooklyn.
I only live, like, 7 miles.
Probably Brooklyn. Probably Madison to Brooklyn, Wisconsin.
I don't even know where that is.
Just further down than Oregon.
I was like, that is, you went on the wrong side of the spectrum. Brooklyn, New York is way farther than 26.2 miles.
That's why I threw in the Brooklyn.
You know, it's funny you
Wisconsin
say
part.
Brooklyn, Wisconsin, because I was driving all over the state this weekend, and I got past Ixonia, and I said to my girlfriend, you know, the funny part about working in radio is like you learn all these little towns that you didn't know existed prior to moving to a new area when I moved to Madison, and now you bring up a town I've never heard of. That's got to be one of few.
16 miles, so a little bit. We got a little.
Where
bit
is
further
it?
to go.
What does it mean?
I'm telling you, I think Poinette's pretty close.
Well,
I'm on it.
Stroke can
Strofe.
do it back there. I did one of them. We can start listing them
Strofe
out
will
there.
do the other one.
Where should we walk to get ourselves a? We won't take a sticker. We'll just have a life-changing friendship.
Strofe will take all 3 stickers. He can throw them all on his car.
There you go.
Because he needs them to hold it the
Wow,
car together.
impressive. 26.8 miles.
Wow.
I had to like Google that a couple times. Obviously, to go to the curling club, I went there all the time as a kid, and I had like a MapQuest thing the first time I went, so I remembered the distance from from McFarland was like 28. So I was just guesstimating from where we were at.
You're
right
a
now.
strange man.
I am. I remember weird stuff.
So what did we probably walk? Like how 4 miles per hour?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably about right.
Okay.
it was casual.
Who's receiving texts? Turn off
Sorry.
your ringer.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's been going on the whole show.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I normally it's off all the time, but I was not working for a week, so I just turned the ringer back on, so I didn't miss anything.
What's so important?
Nothing. Nothing's important.
What just rang?
My fantasy football group chat. Sorry.
He's back.
We're
back, baby.
So,
hey, we didn't say I was going to come back flawlessly. I'm here. I'm giving it my best.
When have you ever been flawless?
You've given us exactly what we always get.
I'm sure we can find something.
So tell us.
We went to the curling camp, and the curling camp this go around was amazing. They had all of these tools that we've like used at like random times before, but never like gotten to be like, here you go. You guys get to use these tools as you see fit. So I'm talking like we had cameras and lasers, so we'd slide out at the laser and you could see how you're releasing it. We were doing sweep testing, like sweeping on different sides at different like kind of angles to see if we could do different things with the curling rock. It was fascinating. So like we actually got to like use these tools that USA Curling has at our disposal the way we wanted to. And like the teams would just kind of rotate every hour and a half to like what station that they had, like which tools were set up at. Like one of the spots, they had a curling broom that had pressure sensors in the bottom and like a thing that would tell you how fast you were moving it. So you could basically, they put it into an algorithm and it would tell you like your effectiveness essentially based on speed and pressure. So I thought that was really fascinating. And then we'd go and sweep like a couple different times to see if we could like optimize technique. So it was like, it blew me away. It was way different from the normal like training camps that I have in August for USA Curling. So I'm hyped for the curling season now.
He's busy not practicing curling.
Did you do
Tausch.
Did you do?
He's busy not practicing curling.
That ain't Tausch.
What is right? But I was on Wildy and Tausch. I made the reference to dig.
He's busy not practicing curling.
Did you do like the shuttle run or
we did the pacer test.
Yes. So how'd you do on that? Yes.
So actually, that's part of the reason I think this is hilarious. I hobbled myself. Who is that guy in the lines? Tulloch? Was that the guy's name? Strofe, you know what I'm talking about? He sacked Aaron Rodgers and did the big
well, we've seen that's
discount
happened.
Double check, and he tore his ACL.
Yes.
So we were playing ball in the water. There's like a really nice sandbar in this lake, me and my buddy, and he was throwing me a pass, and I kind of like went back for it, and we're in like calf deep water. So I lean back, and I feel like I'm Odell Beckham Jr. playing the Cowboys, catching this one-hander, but like toppling over. It probably did not look near anything like that, but that's what I visualized in my head when I caught this thing. So I got up and naturally started high-stepping, like I had just made a great play, and I kind of rolled my ankle. So fortunately, I was in water.
The test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues.
What is that?
40-meter pacer
This is
test
the
will
pacer
begin in
test.
30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly, but gets faster each minute after you hear
You're
the
telling your story.
You're giving me
A single
PTSD
lap
by
should be
listening to this.
completed
Will you
each
turn it
time
down a
hear
little?
this sound. Remember to run
It
a
is
straight line.
not a
and run as
fun
long as
run.
possible.
Anyway, so the idea of the
The
pacer
second
test
time
is
you fail
it's
to
20
complete
meters
a lap
apart.
before the sound,
And
your
what you
test
do
is
is you
over.
run back and forth, the beeps get faster, but the idea is you have to like stop, turn, and restart.
Okay.
I kind of twisted my right ankle, so I only turned left on the pacer test. I was like Derek Zoolander, except opposite. I could only turn left. So by the end of the test, my left leg hurt more than the fact that I like couldn't breathe anymore, which is the idea behind the pacer test.
Okay.
When you can't. So I kind of quit because my left foot was not handling the every turn constantly very well, but I did as good as I did last year, so I'm fairly happy with that. I'm going to say I was hobbled, but it wasn't too bad. I got taped up. I just chose not to turn on that foot.
Should we, and we can involve Alex's, because we also, and Matt, you can hop in on this before we go to break, but it involves our good friends at Carbon World Health, and maybe we try to do a little Olympic trial test for the Rutledge and Hamilton show. You can tell them what we had to do, and you can see what we can kind of make happen over at Carbon World Health. But also, we can, I wanted to ask this question, because Chris Orr shared that he had seen somewhere that if you can do 40 push-ups a day, it's a sign of good heart health.
Interesting.
Alex Strofe tried, I think a couple got in there for one time.
Well, I quit early, but I think I got like 7 or 8.
I mean, there's people in the
push-ups
office that got like
straight?
2, yeah.
40 push-ups
I
straight.
could probably get about 14, maybe.
Yeah, we had like a 60-second time to do as many push-ups as you could.
So I don't always try to do, like, a couple times a
If
week
I
if
had
I can't
40
get
in
the
a day, it's no problem. Like
if I try to get the carbon, and I've been trying to knock out the 40, and I can, but I usually, if I can't get the carbon, I'll do a run. Yeah,
we did the thing out at Ho Chunk,
Yep.
and you did like 120 some, but you were knocking them out at like 20 plus at a time.
Right, so right now, when I do try to knock out the 100 a couple times a week, I'll do 33 at a time. So the 40 wasn't hard for me to get to because
Right.
It's more of like knowing you can do it more than like
and
actually
push-ups
having
is
to
all
do
about
it.
practice. It's
Yes.
not like someone with good heart health who doesn't do push-ups but does like running or something can knock out 40 and be like, if they don't, it's not like they have bad heart health.
Right. So here's what we figured: Strofe can't do it, and we figured you could get there. A couple days, you could get there. Strofe
To
did a
knock
little
out
more
40 in a row.
I think Tauscher could do it just because. Tauscher's story about Badgers and Packers, he just wouldn't let himself not do 40. Like there would just be a way that he would get
the will and competitive drive that he's got.
Because we're talking one time, not every day. I'm just saying one time. Wildy, we said no, can't.
No, probably not.
Jesse, no. Then we got Alex, no. Alex G, we said yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Molly Brown pulled her. She said that's not happening. So I think that's all. Does that you kind of agree with that rundown there?
Yeah, I mean,
we assume Chris Orr could do 40.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think Chris could do 40.
Strofe, we'll let you speak for your sometimes co-host Brad Nortman. Could he do 40?
Yeah, he could do it.
Yeah,
I thought so. Yeah, he seems like a pretty fit guy. All right, well, you can go to Carbon World Health. You can take some of glutide like I do, so you get motivated to do more work. So not only am I losing weight, I'm down to 195 pounds. My body fat percentage is hovering around at like 8.7 to 9% body fat percentage, which means I have strong skeletal mass, which means I'm putting in the work, but I'm also, with semaglutide, I'm burning fat, not muscle. So combining it with a workout at Carbon World Health can make the difference you're looking for. Go to carbonworldhealth.com for more. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. Matt's back is up next.
This is the Rutledge Hamilton Show.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Summer's here. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history.
See your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
See dealer for financing details.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Matt Hamilton here for Iron Jock. Believe it or not, being an Olympic curler takes a lot of practice time on the ice. And despite always being cool, I still work up a sweat. That's why I love Iron Jock and their no-stink technology. Silver Iron technology is the how behind why it works, and that is about as technical as I can get with it. What I do know is that if I'm on the ice or just wanting to look good, I know Iron Jock has t-shirts, polos, and hoodies for me. Support this Wisconsin-based company today and get gear at ironjoc.com. That's ironjock.com.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Welcome back, Matt Hamilton. Welcome back to the show. This is Rutledge and Hamilton with the Matt Hamilton. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
Oh, I've been waiting to say this. And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
You crushed it.
Oh.
And we are going to, I don't know if this, I think this is the second time we've done it, maybe the third. But it's called I want to call it What Matt Missed. I don't like Matt's back.
Yeah,
It sounds like he's got
either.
a back problem.
Yeah.
And at some point that's going to be
He does
too
have a
real.
back problem.
But yeah, so I think go with What Matt Missed because when we're going to do this every week now. We're going to call it What Matt Missed. And every week, we'll probably do it on a Tuesday once football season gets rolling here. But we're just this is a trial phase here. But what we're going to do is Alex is going to play some clips. Matt's going to react to them blindly. And when Matt's gone, it'll be about stuff he missed when he was actually gone. But we also know that Matt, when he's not here, might just check out and do whatever Matt wants to do. So we're just going to play some clips and see if Matt's aware of what's happening in the sports world in general. Or maybe the other world. But this is What Matt Missed.
Matt, what didn't you miss?
I heard there was a pretty cool fight in baseball.
It's accurate.
I saw that the USA women lost their soccer game to Sweden.
Also accurate.
In penalties.
Bummer.
Yeah. Let's see. I saw that Washington and Oregon signed on to the Big Ten. And that's about it.
That's not bad.
All accurate. Probably the three biggest things in sports.
You also missed, this is just annoying to me. So I put in like 4 pens in here to keep in the studio.
I'm bringing my own now.
Right. But 4 blue pens. And they're down to 1.
That's because good pens are hard to come by.
Don't take them out of here. Buy your own day. But I didn't buy them myself. They're literally in a case.
They are sitting above the printer in the
Yeah,
office.
I brought them in here so you and I could have, another host could have pens to use. And then I turn around and almost all the pens are gone immediately.
I'm bringing my own now.
All right, Matt. Clip number 1. Tell me what this is.
To my Badger coaches, Barry Alvarez, Brett Bielema, Paul Christ, you guys helped turn an 18-year-old boy who's 250 pounds into a man. You showed me how to be a teammate that people could count on. You always said, count on me. And that was my motto. It still is my motto to this day.
What's going on there?
I believe that's Joe Thomas's Hall of Fame induction speech.
Nailed it.
Yeah,
there you go.
I mean, I know Joe Thomas's voice very well after he beat me for Sportsman of the Year in Wisconsin at the Wisconsin Sports Awards show in Milwaukee at Pfizer Forum. So,
Wisconsin Athlete of the Year? Sportsman of the Year? I don't think it was.
Athlete of the Year, maybe something like that. I don't know. It was something that I wanted to win, and Joe Thomas beat me. So, fair. He deserves it. But his voice is forever ingrained in my brain.
All right, 1 for 1.
Congrats to our friend Joe Thomas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Follows us on Twitter now. That happened recently, didn't it?
Wow.
I know Jim was excited about that.
I was. He follows me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm excited about too.
Wonderful guy. And happy for him. Hall of Fame. Officially, I think it was Hall of Famer 361. I might be wrong on that number.
And he went in with Revis, too, and they're both the same. They
were drafted the same year, and they went out the same year.
I thought that was pretty cool.
All right, clip number 2.
Week 1 at Soldier Field. Yeah. You go in there and you do what Packer quarterbacks do. You go and you own that stadium. And you win. And you destroy that stadium. They've been doing that since I've been in 7th grade. Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre are 24-6 at Soldier Field. At Soldier Field. That includes a win in the NFC title game. That includes all 3 times that Jordan Love has watched from the Soldier Field bench. When Brett Favre was inducted in the Hall of Fame, the first clip they showed of him was throwing a touchdown at Soldier Field. When Rodgers goes in the Hall of Fame, the first clip they will show is throwing a touchdown at Soldier Field. You own that place. You own that place for 3 decades. You cannot start game 1, quarter 1, drive 1 of the Jordan Love era and lose in the Chicago Bears' own House of Horrors, which is their own stadium against the Packers.
I have no idea where that's from, but I love the juice behind that.
Is that Kyle Brandt?
It is indeed Kyle Brandt on Good Morning
Nice.
Football.
Wow.
Which is funny because he is in a good way. He's incredibly positive because when he left the Bears camp, it was all about Justin Fields, how he's going to flip the rivalry and how he's shredding it. So I'm not saying he's a hypocrite. He's just like John Gruden. Everything is positive, and so like he
It's a
really
funny comparison.
He
yeah.
brings it though, like he means it.
You and I are both very big fans.
Yes,
of Kyle
and he
Brandt.
means
I
it,
know
and
that.
he's good.
Right.
But he's just going to focus on the positive.
I mean, you can state, multiple positive facts if you
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what he does there. I dig that. I like I'm with him. Not since 7th grade, even younger for me, but yeah, decades of dominance for the Green Bay Packers. I love hearing that.
So, yep, Kyle Brandt, Jim is correct, saying essentially success for Love is winning Week 1 in Chicago. Which I'm curious on both your thoughts on that.
I mean,
I think that's an interesting take.
I don't think it's a end-all, be-all. Like, I can totally understand him having a little bit of... I know he's been around the league, but this is his first time where he's the commander of the team. No doubt if Aaron Rodgers wasn't sick, he'd obviously be starting against Kansas City. So, like, this is his, time. This is his team. This is his era. It starts now. Like, I could see nerves getting the better of him. I don't think that would be a good sign for the future, but I also could see Jordan Love going out there and doing what the Packers have done for the last 3 decades.
For me, it's more, I mean, I get it, but if they win the last game, especially if anything, even if it's just last place or third place is on the line, that last game of the year will mean more. Because Chicago, they're rolling out, I think 50% of their defense is new, and their offense is a lot of new players on there as well. So they're still going to be feeling their way out. We all know what the Packers got smoked Week 1 against the Saints.
A couple years ago, yeah.
Yeah, and they had a great year. So honestly, that win will matter a ton, but it wouldn't shock me at all if the Packers win that, but then they're 1-3 to start the year, too. So, it also wouldn't shock me if they're 2-2 or 3-1. I'd be shocked if they're 3-1.
I had them at 3-1 and then finishing at 6-3 or 6 and
When we played this
14.
game,
me and Molly played this game.
I played it with Molly though because we revisited because ESPN has
Did
the
you say 6-14? Play 17 games, dude.
Oh yeah, sorry. I said 3. I was thinking the 3 wins from the 3-1. My bad. No, they will be 6 wins with 11 losses.
There you go. There's the
So
math.
ESPN has the Packers with the least likely chance to win the division. So that's when we revisited. We asked the question, what's the most likely outcome through the first 4 games?
Did that shift by chance? Because I feel like it was still the Bears. Has it always kind of been the Packers?
I can look at the date I brought it up.
Sure.
I mean, I think it was Thursday or Friday. But the question was 0-4, 2-2, 4-0, or 1-3. What's the most tier them in the most likely outcome? I said 0-4 is probably third, in front of 4-0.
I would agree.
2-2,
Yeah.
1-3, 0-4, 4-0.
Yeah. I agree
Yep.
with your assessment.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah. All right.
All right, last one. I don't know, 2 more for you fellas.
Nice.
This from today, but I imagine Matt missed it.
We'll make a decision on Jordan. We've definitely talked about him going into this game and quite frankly, playing everybody in this game. There might be a select few that don't play, but we'll get more into it as we approach the game.
You know who that is, I hope.
That's Matt LaFleur from your Sports Center, just before the game, right? That's when you got it?
Just before the game.
Or just before? This is a game to me. The show.
Yeah, this was about an hour ago, yeah.
Yeah.
What's he talking about?
Oh, obviously the preseason start. Jordan Love. I'm shocked that he's considering playing him. If Jordan Love goes out there and he gets hurt, this Packers team is done for.
Jim, you're with me. He's got to play, right?
I would play him half the snaps.
Ooh.
Not in game 1.
I think he...
No, I just mean in preseason-wise.
Opening drive, maybe 2. Get him out of the game early.
I'm thinking 2 drives or a quarter on Friday.
Okay.
But game 2, I want him playing the entire half.
Could you imagine if he got injured?
If you want to win,
reps,
a lot of reps.
He needs to play.
And the Packers need to know what they have in him so they can kind of account for it.
I have Jordy Nelson flashbacks. I don't like it.
True, but he could get hurt in anything.
But I'd rather have him get hurt in the regular season than I would in preseason.
They have a what do they call it? A dual practice?
Joint practice.
Joint practice.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was losing the word. On Wednesday with Cincinnati, and then they have 2 more joint practices, I believe, with New England next week or in 2 weeks.
Matt, on this note, because Alex Strofe knowing wordsmith before the show.
Oh, no.
If something is plugged in, right?
Yeah.
If it's not plugged in, what is it?
Unplugged.
Thank you. What did you say, Alex Strofe?
I said, Jim, I don't know what the hell's been going on this week, and I've been so plugged out. And he looks at me mid-bite of his salad and goes, unplugged?
He tried to argue me. It's like, no, it's unplugged.
Plugged out works.
No, because there's a
no one knows
word
what that
for it.
means, dude.
It's plugged out.
I mean, here's the
Plug
thing.
is in.
Strofe, if you were saying that
Plugged
to
out.
another Strofe who we know and has notoriously been someone who does not use context in any way, you would have no idea what you were talking about.
I was really plugged out this week.
No one says that.
However,
Doesn't plugged mean in? You plug a hole. You unplug it. You don't plug out it.
you unplug. Outplug your microphones.
I was plugged out this weekend, so I missed a lot.
I'm going to outplug your microphones. One thing I did not miss from this weekend, though, was this, Matt, your final clip in What Matt Missed.
How about in the NFC? The Green Bay Packers offense is going to be fine with Jordan Love. I loathe Love. Despise Love. I mean, everyone looks great during preseason practices, except apparently for Jordan Love, who by his own admission has struggled. And you have players on defense calling out the offense. And just take a look at these notes, according to Matt Schneidman, from his piece in The Athletic. I mean, this is a flat-out debacle. It's also predictable because Jordan Love can't play football. Simple as that. You have Rasul Douglas. He's talking all sorts of smack to Aaron Jones, saying, you guys bleeping stink. Jones is livid, and then acknowledges the offense is terrible. Defensive players are calling out the offense. Jordan Love can't do a damn thing. Last night must have been hell for the fans of the Green Bay Packers who had to see Aaron Rodgers on the Jets sideline. Oh, by the way, big dog Mercedes Lewis just signed with the Chicago Bears. This is going to be a predictable disaster with Jordan Love in Green Bay.
Oh, wow.
Matt Hamilton will react more to that next.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
The dog days of summer are here, so wind down with a couple cans of beer from Lake Louie Brewing. Whether it's an IPA, a Pilsner, or a Pale Ale, you can expect a beer that's flavorful, easy drinking, and always ready to roll. Enjoy Lake Louie's classic and award-winning Badger Club Amber, or crack open the new Lil Louie American. With 10 IBUs and 4.2 alcohol by volume, Lil Louie is a lighter, crisper, and a lil more refreshing than your standard American lager. Care less and live more with Lake Louie. Enjoy responsibly.
Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win 2 different types of beer from Lake Louie Brewing. The famous Badger Club Amber and the new Lil Louie American Lager. Lil Louie, it's a crisp and refreshing American lager that satisfies the thirst of everyone seeking that classic American style. Lil Louie also pairs great with the classic Badger Club Amber, an easy drinking lager for easygoing folks. Listen every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win some free beer. This month, it's Lake Louie's Badger Club and Lil Louie Lager. 2:45 every Thursday.
Your next success begins with University of Maryland Global Campus, an accredited state university for more than 75 years. UMGC has been giving working adults the affordable online education you need to reach the future you want. Because the path to success is different for everyone, we offer more than 125 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, along with success coaches and lifetime career services. Our online and hybrid courses let you learn on your schedule. No-cost digital materials in place of most textbooks, affordable tuition, and financial resources make UMGC accessible. You know what it feels like to succeed. We'll help you succeed again. Too late isn't in your vocabulary. Reach your next goal at University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Undergraduate and most graduate courses start August 16th. Learn more at umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Are you ready to start a meaningful career in healthcare? Are you looking for a job that fits your work-life balance?
Become a certified direct care professional today and make life better for older adults or people with a disability. WIS Caregiver Careers makes it easy with free online training plus earn a $500 bonus. See your name on Wisconsin's Certified Direct Care Registry. Sign up today at wiscaregivercdcp.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
I need your love. You got me burning up. I think I'll call you Mrs. Fahrenheit.
This is going to be a predictable disaster with Jordan Love in Green Bay.
Adam Shine from CBS Sports bringing the heat. Hot takes.
Yeah, I had no idea who that shock jock bum with the hand on the hotkey too often is just blowing out smoke. Like, what the heck are you even talking about?
All right, he is Matt Hamilton. I am Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Alex Strofe, who is that guy? And Alex Beyond the Glass.
Adam Shine is a sports radio host on Mad Dog Sports Radio on Sirius XM, as well as a talking head on CBS Sports. That's all I know about.
Should we get Colin Russo in here and ask him, is this guy full of hot air, or is he spitting fire?
That was over the top. If he's...
Well, here's the thing. Is
he a Bear fan? Because he sounded like a Bear fan.
If
he is a Chicago guy.
Is he really?
Well, that makes... I mean, then that kind of heat, that's kind of what I was getting at. It sounds like a Chicago fan trying to tear down the Packers and in hopes that Justin Fields is their guy. That's all I thought.
Which is funny because I think most Bears fans are similar to me of like, look, we're not going to tempt fate, and we're just going to hope that Jordan Love is, even if he's Kirk Cousins, whatever. It's just not if he, like, that's the other, I guess, the rub here in this, that Bears fans have had it so bad with Favre and Rodgers that if Jordan loves Tannehill or Cousins, like, whatever, we don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the bar was set so high that, like, what could you do? Like, it has to be greatness,
right?
Or we don't care. And honestly, more importantly, what I think would be the most fun is if both quarterbacks are good. Even if they're both Kirk Cousins type, I mean, obviously Fields and Love would get their different ways. That would be fun for the rivalry. But, Matt, Jordan Love, I believe he was 11-19 at family night. That seems to be his normal number of completions in practice. He usually has a couple wild throws, a couple woof throws, and then he has, some, all right, just a regular guy throw. And I am curious because I would say the positives are the team is behind him. Clearly, they believe in him. They know he's putting in the work, and I think he has the physical skills. But I don't think any questions have been answered, and I don't think they will be answered as far as can he do it in a football game, and that won't be answered, I would say, probably till the end of the season, but at the bare minimum here, we're not going to even have a glimpse of it until, I would say, through the first 4 weeks of the season.
I mean, he's 11 of 19 at family night does not seem like a very high number or some. At family night, you're thinking like 16 and 19, right? Like you throw a couple bombs that got missed, but you're trying to impress people. So that makes me nervous a little bit, but at the same time, still early. He's going to get some preseason reps, apparently. The way Matt LaFleur was talking, he's going to get some reps. And that is probably going to help him if he can't even complete them at 3/4 speed, like they play at family night, and he's kind of like, slower than regular game speed football. That's not super encouraging right out the gate.
He did have a nice 2-minute drill, and he did have some nice throws. I would say the highlight throw, Alex, I'll let you go on the highlight throw, the one where Love kind of threw it between two defenders to an open Aaron Jones, kind of threw him open. It was a nice throw. There's a little controversy to it. I'll go lightly on it and say that in a normal game, those guys clearly pulled up. So, I don't know if Love gets that throw off in a normal game.
Don't go lightly. Let's be honest here.
Well,
he would have been sacked.
Okay.
He would have been sacked. But is it a nice throw? Oh, it was awesome, right? Like a little sidearm action. Aaron Jones splits the defenders. It was a great throw. But in a real live action game, that would have been a sack.
No, I just want to. This is why it's important to me, because I honestly almost daily go back and look at the quotes about Mitch Trubisky in practice, and the numbers are very similar. He was not. Aaron Rodgers, I'm sure if we look back, it was at times like 18 of 18, 17 of 17, 16 of 20, like regularly. The best quarterbacks and the best offenses, the ball doesn't hit the ground in 7-on-7s at a bare minimum. And I'm not saying Fields is not having his own. He's up and down in Chicago. It's higher. He's better than Love so far on reports, but he's basically Love is where Fields was last year. Of like, hey, somebody's passing it in the ground, some of these guys aren't where they're supposed to be, all those sorts of things. But my point is that even with the idea of the team loves him and they're behind him, the idea that letting the play go too long was something that Matt Nagy did for Trubisky to try to build his confidence.
Right.
Like, now, the good teams, and I know they did this in Green Bay, if it's a sack, they call it a sack. Like when Rodgers was there. Like, we wanted a game situation. So if they thought the defender was close enough to the player, you just wave it off and say, nope, not a play.
We talking about practice.
Because they don't want the quarterback to think you can pull this stuff off, build up false confidence. But right now, it seems like Green Bay's letting these plays run a little bit, which to me is an indication that they want, and I'm not saying this, maybe this won't blow up in their face, but it's like we need to build Love's confidence more. I think he's got a lot to prove to himself and the team, despite the fact the players and the coaches, everyone's behind him because he puts in the work and he has the talent. But I still think there's a lot to go for Jordan Love to get to the levels I think Packer fans assume he's going to be at this year.
Right, and Love having confidence going into the season is super important.
Absolutely.
But like you're saying, like that false confidence that can make some of these plays at 3/4 speed, but we're calling it full speed, that's disingenuous, and that's not going to be good for anybody. That's like me taking all 4-foot putts as gimmies when I'm golfing. Like, I'm probably going to miss a couple of those. So I'm going to have this false confidence. So the next time I go out and golf for like money and I have to make a 4-foot putt, I might miss it. So like you don't want to give your player that false confidence. So if you think that's the case, that's not good. But like Strofe said, he said it was a sack. If it was full speed, I'm sure Jordan Love knows that. I'm sure he's aware that those guys were going to get me. They pulled up. I was able to make a cool throw. Great, I'm able to make a throw, but he's probably like, I got to get that ball off sooner, or I got to throw that out of bounds before I get hit. So hopefully he does learn from it, knowing that it's not like a made play, and that was like, there's still areas to improve.
But on the same token, right, like overall he made some nice throws on Saturday. He had a really nice sideline throw to Christian Watson.
2-minute drill, I hear. You said that's good
But
news.
again, Jimmy,
we talking about practice.
And we could just run back sports talk radio in Chicago. Mitch Trubisky was in his second, third year, and it's the same stuff. Hey, he had some moments. Now, to be honest, they're much harder there than anyone is up here. But still, the same idea of like, hey, we had some good stuff going on. If Jordan Love goes out and completes 64% of his passes for 3,400 yards, 20 touchdowns, 10 picks, how are we feeling?
Run that back.
64% completion percentage. We'll go 3,400 yards, 18, 19 touchdowns.
And 10 picks, you said?
10 picks. So 11 picks. So I'm honestly just taking what Trubisky averaged in 18 and 19 and adding a game to it.
Honestly, I'd probably be pretty stoked with that, with 64%.
I think I tend to agree. I think I'd be happy with it. I don't know that I'm jumping
because
over
Aaron
the moon,
Jones
but
is also going to have like 12 touchdowns, so it's going to be. We'll have
just
like
12.
Well, I mean, A.J. Dillon will have a couple.
So, now, if the defense is good, Jordan Love being Mitch Trubisky can get you a lot of wins. If the defense is what Chicago had the year they won the division, they were middle-of-the-road offense, but they were elite top 5 defense.
I mean, that would be...
Hey, but our kicker's not going to double doink anything after the way he played on Saturday.
Well, some practices you're not going to hit the goalpost, let alone they're going to be wide left or wide right to have a chance to double doink it.
What Matt missed. Matt missed whatever talk you're making about the kicker.
Earlier in the
he went 8 for 9 on family night. The one he missed was a bad snap and a bad hold, and he almost made it anyway. He hit 3 over 50 at Lambeau Field after struggling in camp, but he had a really nice family night. So he's a gamer, right? When the bright lights come on, he's a great kicker.
Nice. Honestly, that's the only place I care about him being a good kicker. If he can nail it in Lambeau, but he can't hit one in the Hudson Center, that's fine by me.
I tend to agree.
He was
Anders Carlson.
He was also very sporadic in college, too, to the point where Wilde on Tuesday was advocating when he joined us that they maybe should bring back Mason Crosby. So that's where Carlson was on Tuesday.
He must
play to win the game.
He must absolutely be able to kick the heck out of that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like distance for days.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
He made a 53-yarder they said would have probably been good from 60.
The guy can crush it with his leg. It's will he knock it down consistently? And I'm sure, again, much like, and this is why I still say judge the season on what these guys are doing, the progress of Love, Carlson, all these players, because all these guys can show flashes and have nice games, but for all of it happening in the same game and win a game, those are two different things.
Absolutely.
So I can see Love looking fantastic and the defense having a bad game. And so that could be the end of it. Because the reason why I brought up Trubisky, because I do think they're comps, and I don't think Trubisky was an abject disaster. It was he's been the same quarterback for his last 3 years in Chicago. His first year as a starter, or first full season as a starter, they had a great top 5 defense. Team won 13 wins. The last 2 years, average defense, they won 8-8 because he's an average quarterback, and then you have an average defense. And the Packers going 8-9, 7-10, 9-8, and Jordan Love is average with an average defense does not seem out of pocket for me.
Right. I mean, no, I don't think that's that.
Because I don't think Jordan Love's going to be a disaster. Like, he's not some turd like Jamarcus Russell or Josh Cohen where the teammates hate him or he's not practicing. Like, none of those things are a problem. So he's got that checked, which is an important check. And he's got physical ability, which checks. Now it's how good is he when the game happens? And according to scouts in The Athletic, they ain't buying it. Like, because they had him really low, and they also said he seems like he's slow in processing and getting the ball out. And that's not great when you've been in the offense for 4 years.
It seems as if the decisiveness has gotten better, though, which I think is the big takeaway so far from practice with J. Love.
Yeah. I mean, again, we can't say anything until we watch the guy go out there and sling the pill.
Preseason on Friday will help.
I can't wait.
But hopefully he plays then. You're the one that doesn't want him to.
I don't want him to play.
You don't want him to play. That's right. Hopefully he plays. Or you could just go to Ho Chunk Game in Madison and be a winner. You could play there. Maybe that's where Jordan Love can get some wins this year. Just go to Ho Chunk Game in Madison. He ain't going to get him on the field.
Get out.
Shut up.
Largest win so far this year, $248,000. That is definitely the live read that's going to be happening during football season if Packers don't win, just so you guys are well aware. But $12 million in jackpots last month alone. Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Game in Madison. Brandon in Tulsa chimes in, hey, Jim, how are the Bears going to attack Love week 1? Are they going to blitz him all day or sit back and make him make great throws? I would say this defense that they run is the old school Bears cover 2 where they don't blitz a lot. So it's really Jordan Love, I think, will move the ball in between the 20s or maybe the 30s, and then that'll be it. But they'll throw some disguised coverages at him, and he's going to have problems with the Bears' 6'5" middle linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds. Like that guy could be a problem.
And they have T.J. Edwards. That's a sick linebacker core.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they signed Yannick Ndoku, right? Is that
Ngakoue.
He had, 10 sacks last year? So
he had a solid year last year. Yeah, nice bounce back year for him. He's been all over the place the last couple
he's not. He's no game changer because he's been on a different team every single year. But that's how bad they were on the D line. I think they had coming back like 6 or 7 total sacks returning. So this guy just doubled that number. This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light. Rutledge is an idiot.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter @Jim and Matt. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. Fall camp is underway for the Wisconsin football team at UW-Platteville under new head coach Luke Fickell. Fickell, speaking with the media a few days ago, describes what he's looking for in his first camp as the head coach of the Badgers.
Fall camp is really going to see how will we play together, how will we compete together, because it's different. I'm not as worried about how well we'll play together. It's going to be, how well can we continue to push through all the different adversities and stay together.
For continued coverage on all things Wisconsin football leading up to the opener on September 2nd, visit ESPNWisconsin.com.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
Ben Brust from Scalzo and Brust to tell you about one of my favorite teams in the area, Zimbrick European. For over 3 years, I've trusted them with my car buying process, and I'm never going anywhere else. From Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, their pre-owned and Sprinter vans, they have something for everyone. Don't drive something ordinary when you can drive something extraordinary. I love the sexiest car on the lot that I found this time, a nice Zimbrick Mercedes. Find what you love. Test drive, and they will make leasing affordable. Zimbrick European.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Medicine Money Guy Christian Finfrock here. Struggling to understand retirement planning, life insurance policies, or managing your wealth? Listen to my show every Saturday at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN, or call me right now at 208-1800 for a complimentary consultation.
Forward Madison FC's professional soccer season is in full swing from Breeze Stevens Field. The race to the USL League One playoffs is heating up, and the Flamingos' next home match is Wednesday, August 9th at 7 p.m. versus Chattanooga Red Wolves SC. Get in with individual tickets or the family special pack, including a match ticket, meal at the match, and an FMFC scarf, all for $21 per ticket. To purchase tickets, head to ForwardMadisonFC.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm Vice President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
I should be scared, honey, maybe so, but I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes. I ain't worried about it right now.
Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge with you, live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. And Matt Hamilton, I don't know if you were on the show when we used to do the Love-O-Meter. I don't know if that was a jump-around thing or if we brought that in with you. Because, believe it or not, Aaron Rodgers has toyed with wanting to be off the Packers in retirement for so long that we've been anticipating the appearance of Jordan Love for a while here. That's honestly, Alex, I didn't even think of that, but that honestly, could we describe the last few years of Aaron Rodgers more than the fact that we had a Love-O-Meter of basically how ready are we to see Jordan Love because Aaron was so wishy-washy?
The Green Bay Packers select Jordan Love, quarterback, Utah State.
Where is the love? It's time to check the Jordan Love-O-Meter on the Jump Around.
All right, well, we're going to have to, I think, let's make a vote right now as a show. Do we bring back the Love-O-Meter for this season? Because now it actually makes sense.
Now tell us the categories.
So the Love-O-Meter, and we do have an amazing graphic right here.
Thank you.
Green, to start, it's keeping it casual. Then it's in yellow, like, orange, in love, and red, committed. Now, first of all, then we can figure out how we want to scale this. But should we bring back the Love-O-Meter? 844-770-3776. We can take the fans' votes into this, too. I think we could do this on like a weekly poll as well. But do we want to bring back the Love-O-Meter?
Yeah.
You're into it. I can tell that.
You know, I am here for it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You always catch me when I'm yawning. But yes, I'm here for this Love-O-Meter because it is, for me, it is going to be extra sensitive game to game. Like with Aaron Rodgers, you still had Aaron Rodgers, so I was willing to deal with some of the BS.
You're committed.
But now with Jordan Love, he's going to have a great game and it's going to jump, and he's going to have a bad game, and I'm going to be like, maybe we're a little casual. So I don't know. I think this is something we got to implement for at least this first season.
And Strofe?
You know my opinion.
Yeah, he made it. Of course he wants to do it.
I came up with this. I'm in love with it.
You came up with the graphic. I came up with the meter. It was a joint. It was a
team effort.
It was a jump around joint.
Let me rephrase.
Here's the thing.
We came up with this.
Yes.
Well, as far as anyone else knows, I'm a part of this. This is Rutledge and Hamilton intellectual property, and I'm a part of Rutledge
so
and
here's
Hamilton.
what we want to, Matt, I'm going to involve you on this part of it. I need you to set the parameters for it. So, for an example here, last year with Aaron Rodgers, you were, I would assume, still in the committed. You're probably still in a committed relationship with Aaron Rodgers, but
no, I'm just in love with Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, but before you were committed to Aaron Rodgers?
No, if I was committed to Aaron Rodgers, he would have been a great teammate. He'd still be in Green Bay.
Okay, so even last year you were in love with him.
I just love the way he played.
I just want to set the scale.
Yeah,
That's
he's
why
not
I'm asking
100%, so I can't give him 100% because he was a little diva.
MVP Rodgers, when he was like pre-drafted Jordan Love.
Yeah, that's where you're like committed.
Full on
100%.
commit. You've been in love with Rodgers most of his life then. So.
Yes.
And Alex, do we kind of agree with that? So we just kind of set the scale here that pre-Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers was kind of the true on committed, like that's our guy sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Right.
And then the last few years post-Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers was more the in-love stage.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers was the starting quarterback of the Packers longer than any of my parents' marriages.
Well, that's good.
And then they got divorced.
Well, Jordan Love, that's our poll question for today. Will Jordan Love, I'm kidding, outlast any of Alex's marriages?
That's not the poll question.
What was the short? I'm going to ask you, Matt. What was the shortest one?
3 years.
Matt, we're not going to take your calls or text on it, but will the Jordan Love era outlast one of the Strofe marriages? I don't know if those.
I don't know. I'm going to say I don't think so. I think it's 2 years as the start of the Packers, and we are looking at a new starter in year 3.
I disagree. I think this is going to last as long as the longest one.
Which was?
14 years, I think.
Okay.
We're coming up on a new record with my dad and my stepmom.
Oh.
There you go. Well, congratulations to them.
Yeah, very much.
Yes.
I really took the show for a turn, didn't I?
Yeah,
great.
Good
turn. I like
it.
Hey. Longer than I've been married, so shout out to them. Like, Glass Houses, I haven't reached 14, so I am on the first one, though. So, I mean, there's like a trade-off there. But the other part is, so Love right now, Matt, are you falling in at the keeping it casual?
You know what? I think regardless
off the scale you've set,
he is 100% what the Packers want and what we as fans want as like in practice hard worker.
Yeah.
So I can't put him in the exclusively keeping it casual yet. I'm going to say I like him.
So you're going higher. Because keeping it casual is the
bottom.
Yeah.
I'm going to go just above it because it's like he's like Jamarcus Russell. Like the guy who's not practicing well, he's not playing well. That's where.
Oh no, but that means you're not into him at all. Like to me, like is.
I want Jordan Love to be good. I just
don't you want the relationship?
I want him to be good. I just don't know if it's possible.
So that sounds like keeping it casual.
But I'm here for the experiment, this experience, this little era of Jordan Love. And if it turns out to be 14 years like Alex is predicting, I'm going to be happy as a clam. Maybe.
You just want me to take it from here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that for you.
Well, I'm also trying to figure out Robin Madison's message. I don't care if you guys sound like you putt from the rough today. You're still cool. Do we not sound good on the radio right now?
What did we do?
Or we just sound slow? I mean, you said instead of unplug, you plug out. That doesn't...
All right, now in my defense,
I also did math where I said the Packers would be 6-14.
Yeah, that's true.
I was including preseason.
Jeremiah Madison chimed in earlier and said he wants what Alex is smoking.
Yeah, I was curious what that was in reference to when I saw that earlier.
The unplug.
Yeah.
Plug out.
Plugged out. I was plugged out. I mean, I've been off since Wednesday, which I think you should know what that means. Is I drank a ton of Door County Distillery over the weekend. I was having a blast in Milwaukee and Madison, all over the place. Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits. They are available right here in the Madison area. You don't have to take the trip up to Door County, but if you do, you got to check it out. And the winery, do the tour. I highly recommend. But if you want tasty bourbon, if you want tasty whiskey, if you want tasty gin, if you want tasty vodka, any and all, Door County Distillery does it best. DoorCountyDistillery.com to find the retailer nearest you. DoorCountyDistillery.com to find the unique cocktail recipes. DoorCountyDistillery.com if you want to be a winner. DoorCountyDistillery.com. That's DoorCountyDistillery.com. Hour 2 of Rutledge and Hamilton coming up right after this.
Matt Hamilton here for Iron Jock. Believe it or not, being an Olympic curler takes a lot of practice time on the ice. And despite always being cool, I still work up a sweat. That's why I love Iron Jock and their no-stink technology. Silver Iron technology is the how behind why it works, and that is about as technical as I can get with it. What I do know is that if I'm on the ice or just wanting to look good, I know Iron Jock has t-shirts, polos, and hoodies for me. Support this Wisconsin-based company today and get gear at ironjoc.com. That's ironjock.com.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yeah, it is. And I'm Alex Strofe. Your Sports Center update brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The SRO GT World Challenge features exotic sports car racing at Road America August 18th through the 20th. Get your tickets and check out the full season schedule over at roadamerica.com. That's roadamerica.com. It is officially game week, at least preseason game week for the Packers. Up in Titletown, family night in the book, so all attention is on this Friday's game. And whether or not Jordan Love, the new starting quarterback, will see some playing time in preseason game number 1. Head coach Matt LaFleur earlier today.
You know, we'll make a decision on Jordan. We've definitely talked about him going into this game and quite frankly, playing everybody in this game. There might be a select few that don't play, but yeah, we'll get more into it as we approach the game.
That head coach Matt LaFleur, continued coverage on all things green and gold over at ESPNWisconsin.com. 113 games in the books for the Milwaukee Brewers on the MLB season. They remain in first place of the NL Central. They kick up a 3-game homestand with the Rockies tonight, a 7:10 first pitch.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the show.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Want to see Aaron Rodgers on the Jets sideline? Oh, by the way, big dog Mercedes Lewis just signed with the Chicago Bears. This is going to be a predictable disaster with Jordan Love in Green Bay.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Predictable disaster. Yeesh.
A little savage. That's a little savage.
A little? Adam Shine from CBS with that. It's very sad. It's very over the top. I do not believe that Jordan Love will be the disaster that Adam Shine thinks he will be. I do find it funny that now there is a hard push from Green Bay friendly reporters team-friendly reporters and fan bloggers to like take every tiny little thing that Jordan Love does good and now basically reverse it and be the opposite side of it of like, you're being hyperbolic and how bad he is, we're going to be hyperbolic and how good he is. And so that is kind of funny seeing it. I maintain this, Matt Hamilton. Jordan Love, I think, will be fine, like a serviceable NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
I think you might even be able to win game manager plus. Like, you can win Alex Smith type guy. You can win some, but what happened when the Chiefs, and I think the Packers, I said this last week, Matt Hamilton, and this is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
Get into the show, 844-770-3776. We're live from the Everlight Solar Studio. I said the Packers are almost doing the reverse Chiefs. But the Chiefs had Alex Smith, and you saw their ceiling. They could win some games. They even won some playoff games, but they were capped. They could not get to the Super Bowl or win it. And then they plugged in Patrick Mahomes, and they've gone to
and
three.
They outplugged
yes.
Alex Smith.
Yes.
Just like, not right,
and
Alex?
they've won 2 of the last 3 Super Bowls and have been to 3 of the last 4, I believe, or something like that. So now they're doing the reverse of it. They've plugged out their franchise quarterback and sent him out to New York and Aaron Rodgers, and they've plugged in Jordan Love, who could be their version of Alex Smith, which isn't bad, but it's not a franchise QB. So we're going to do the Love-O-Meter is what we're bringing back here on Rutledge and Hamilton. And let's hear the open again because I love it, and we're going to have it fixed and ready to go in a little bit.
The Green Bay Packers select Jordan Love, quarterback, Utah State.
Where is the love? It's time to check the Jordan Love-O-Meter on the...
This is the Rutledge Hamilton show.
That is A-plus producing right there.
That was flawless.
So right now, that's our first Iron Jock poll question. And we did ask the question, where you are with the Love-O-Meter. August 7th, 2023. 60% of you are keeping it casual.
Did you just say 2023? I hear that.
Sorry, I might have said that, yeah. 2023. And, but in love, 20% of you, 20% of you committed, 60% of you keeping it casual. Austin chimes in. Keeping it casual doesn't help that he was meh at family night and the Hard Knocks trailer came out and is phenomenal. Missed the X.
That's a problem. Maybe a couple Coors Lights.
Aaron,
come back.
I may have sent a drunken text to Aaron Rodgers over the weekend.
Did you?
He didn't ask you to lose his number like Schefter?
Baby, come back. That's all I said.
That was it? Not a you up?
Just baby, come back.
Baby, come back. All righty. So the Love-O-Meter. We have Matt Hamilton. He is in the like stage.
Yes.
Alex Strofe, where are you in the Love-O-Meter? Keeping it casual, like, in love, or committed?
Well, this tells you how much of a joke I was making about texting Aaron Rodgers. I'm in love, Jimmy. I'm in love. I'm seeing good things. And we were talking on the phone before the show, but I kind of want to repeat what I said to you. And that's essentially, I feel pretty much the same from the on-field ability as I did before camp started. But from an optics standpoint, right, the guys rallying around him grabbing the bull by the horns and really being the face of the franchise, I feel a lot better than I did 2 weeks ago. So from an optics standpoint, I'm all in on this guy. I'm ready to see what Jordan Love's got. I'm in love with Jordan Love. I'm not committed. I'm not on a knee yet. He might need to win a playoff game first, but I am certainly in love.
So you fall in love quickly, though.
Both in real life and in the quarterback game, yes.
Because for me, this is an easy... I mean, I'm probably like with Justin Fields, so I'm not fully in love with Justin Fields yet. I got to see he is an elite runner, and I think he will be. Like, I'm optimistic that this is going to move to love, and we're going to be in love, and maybe I'll even be committed by the end of the year. But I'm still in the high end of the like stage.
Jim, who said I love you first? You or your wife?
I did.
Matt, who said I love you first? Me too.
Yeah.
Oh.
She didn't say it back.
Really?
Here's the thing. We're three guys.
Hold on. Shut up, Matt.
No.
How long did it take?
I think like 2 weeks later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you like on edge for 2 weeks?
A little bit. She did a good job of bringing me down from the edge. Maybe I was a little bit in the moment. We were on vacation somewhere and just kind of said it.
Now I have a confession to make. She also did not say it back to me right away.
You see, you were going to hold that, huh?
Mine didn't happen right away, but it happened like the next day.
All right, so this
Mine was the next day as well.
Yeah, I was a little too far
might not
gone
have been the next
when
day.
I had said
Well,
it.
I was sober when I said
See,
it.
I was a little gone, and my wife, my girlfriend at the time, now wife, did not want to respond to drunk Matt.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to drop that on her.
Yeah, it was my 21st birthday.
Oh, well, that part's fair.
Well, and again, any other girl I ever said it to, I don't think I was first, but they always said it back. So I don't know, maybe it's a good sign that they don't just say it back.
Here's the thing. We're three guys that have outkicked our coverage.
Yes.
You better be saying it first, otherwise
Right.
you're going to lose
No,
that.
well, exactly. Fair point.
We're just smarter than we look.
844-770-3776. Did you say I love you first, and did they say I love you back? Every once in a while, it'll pop in my head, and I'll give my wife a hard time. She's like, well, I'm here now. I'm like, yeah, that's a fair point. But it's one of those things I'm like, hey, remember that time I told you I loved you and you didn't say it back? That kind of stung.
If my wife said that to me, like if I was in your wife's shoes, I'd be like, ask me now. Ask me how I feel now.
Right, yeah. This is
If you're going to bring it up, Jimmy.
I still won't say it back.
Yeah.
We have 2 children and we're married, and she still hasn't said it back.
Yeah, she's not committed. She's like hard like is where.
Just the same spot as you are, Justin Fields, at the high end of like.
Right. Sometimes it goes keeping it casual. I don't know. She gets to decide.
Nice.
All right. So 844-770-3776. Where are you on the love-o-meter? And so Alex Strofe is in love. You are in like.
Yeah.
You can chime in 844-770-3776. You also can chime in on if you said I love you first and did they say I love you back. But, Matt, I do know that you love a good bush.
That's right, I do. And I got 4 new ones in my front yard thanks to Olson Tune. And they can do the same for you. If you've got an outdoor landscape need, whether it's landscaping, maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more, if you've got that outdoor living need, large or small, Olson Tune can help you. Since 1997, Olson Tune has been a top company down here in southern Wisconsin, and they want you to have the best outdoor living and landscaping that you can get. And that's going to be through Olson Tune. You can go to olsontune.com and get started on your next project today. That's olsontune.com.
Eric in McFarland on the line, 844-770-3776. He's got an I love you story.
What's up, Eric?
So I grew up in a family. What's going on, guys?
Hey.
I grew up in a family that always was telling each other, I love you, and, good night, Mom and Dad, love you, good night, son, this and that.
Yep.
So when I first met my wife, I was definitely the first one who said I love her. And she said, well, I know. And I said, yeah, I was like, are you kidding me? And then I realized that she just didn't come from a family that vocalized that much, but I could see she loved me in other ways, and when we got married, even after probably the first couple of months, I just had to get used to every time I tell her I love you. She said, I know. And finally, it was I love you too. And now it's 17 years later. It's wonderful. But yeah, it was quite an adjustment at first.
How long was it before you first dropped that I love you? Because if you're coming from this family where it's kind of almost like a good night or a goodbye or a hello, it might slip out a little easier. So how far into this relationship were you where you dropped it?
Oh, I think probably. I knew I was going to marry her after about 2 months.
Okay.
So I probably started telling her 2, 3 months, 4 months in.
Okay.
When I knew she was going to marry me, but we hadn't quite, we hadn't gotten engaged or anything yet. So it was pretty early on.
All right. Well, I don't blame her at 2 months maybe for not quite saying it back right yet.
How far in were you?
Oh, man, we started dating at the end of the summer prior, so I was probably like 9 months in.
Okay. Strofe?
I was early. I don't know exactly, though.
Come on, guesstimate it.
6, 7 weeks. It was early.
6, 7 weeks?
Yeah,
Jesus. Wow, you fall in love fast.
Wow.
I mean,
wait.
that's how this conversation began. You said you fall in love quick. I said, yes, I do.
So, how long after the Packers drafted Jordan Love did you say, I love that?
So, I think I've
Probably
told this story
right away.
before. I predicted the Packers were going to draft Jordan Love, and I was right. And so I was actually very excited. I was very intoxicated the night of that draft.
I'm love, like
I was like, I love it. They need to prepare for the future. And it took me about 2 months to realize how idiotic of a selection it was at that point. But now, in hindsight, I think I love the pick still.
Wait, I don't care. I don't care about that. I need success stories because that's got to be incredibly rare to say I love you 6 weeks in and that to hold on. Like that is like I lust you sort of thing of like you are in full on puppy dog like blinders mode.
Yeah.
Everyone feels they love someone, but you just realize you don't actually love them that early. If that's what love is, love would be exhausting.
Yeah,
I was head over heels, Jimmy.
Our caller Eric was only 2 weeks behind Alex.
So I just want to know success story.
I thought that was 2 months is.
I was around 6.
Too early in my eyes, but
6
you
months.
It was 8 months.
I was 8, yeah.
And I think it was like Tanya and I weren't living together, so I think it was within like 48 hours. When I saw her next, she said it to me in person.
Well,
she wasn't going to say it
wasn't
back
that
to me like on the phone or whatever.
6 weeks.
So hold on.
I
So
love it.
I'm thinking officially because we had dated for a while before we did the whole boyfriend-girlfriend thing. So maybe if we count that.
What is dating?
Like going out, dates. I don't know.
Were you
there was no
exclusive?
labels,
Yeah,
no
exclusive.
exclusivity to
Yeah.
it.
So, but I'm asking, were you?
Don't answer that.
When I said I love you, I was exclusive, of course.
Was she? Like, not when she said I love you. Like, when you were dating. Because my wife's like, oh, I didn't know we were exclusive. I'm like, were you dating when she was? Well, no. And I'm like, well, neither was I. So we were
I
like
was dating, yeah.
quasi-exclusive. I love the bandwidth to date multiple people. So even when I was dating, I'm like, I can't.
I was in college, though. You got to keep that in mind.
True.
So, like, I had the bandwidth.
True. That's right. I just been going all the time. But I guess
probably, like, around Thanksgiving
I
was
had the
where I cut
bandwidth.
everything else
I just-
off.
There you go.
I just bet I didn't have the time.
And then early January was official, and I want to say like shortly after Valentine's
Official?
Day was when I dropped.
Official. I love this. Like official on Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook official. Yeah.
It's such a, I mean, it's in a nice way, like such a baby, like just so young and like also like you're in this age of like that's when things are official. It's because it's on Facebook.
I was kidding.
But I honestly like
I was
I
what,
would,
21.
no,
Yeah.
but that's shocking. Like that's
At
kind
that
of
time, yeah, that was
Yeah.
certainly a thing. Oh man, people be upset if you're like, "What? We're in a relationship and you didn't put it on your Facebook."
I did see this. This is an old internet joke, but I saw this where some guy tweeted or put on Facebook, me and I'll just say a name, like me and Samantha are no longer dating. And then she replies to it and says, "This is the worst way ever to say that we're engaged." But he put it on Facebook that we're no longer dating, and I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. But I do want, if you got a success story of saying I love you early, which I think is earlier than 3 months, I want to hear it. Like I'm not I'm not saying it's bad. I just want to hear the success story because I feel like usually a little bit
that
later
would
is the
throw
time.
me off if I heard it.
It would throw. I would
in
not
2
like
months.
it. I would not.
Yeah.
That would be like, no, you don't.
Jim,
Yes.
I love you.
Well, we've known each other far. I love you too. We've known each other
Oh,
far
yeah.
longer than. Should leave you hanging like Taylor.
Yeah.
But far longer than 6 weeks. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Summer's here. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in car and driver 10 Best history.
See your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
See dealer for financing details.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier building and landscaping outdoor living firms. Landscaping and maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you have an outdoor living need, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
I was rolling my rig on a Crescent City run with my hands on the wheel looking into the sun. With a flash, I became temporarily blind by a plate glass truck I was tailing behind. Next thing I know, I'm in the side of a ditch with a bent rear wheel and a broken off hitch. But I was hauling again in just a short while, because Truckstar Collision is on my speed dial. Do you operate a fleet, whether it's heavy-duty 18-wheelers or medium-duty delivery vans? And does vehicle downtime make you cringe? Time is money, and a fleet vehicle on the sideline hurts, because you need your fleet to be up and running 100% of the time. If one of your heavy or medium-duty fleet vehicles is out of commission, Truckstar Collision Center in Deerfield will get it back on the road quickly. Since Truckstar is a full-service facility, the complete repair is done in-house, saving you time and money. And remember, they're able to repair both heavy and medium-duty vehicles. Truckstar Collision Center, minutes off I-94 in Deerfield. Call 888-400-1002 or log on to truckstarcollision.com.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
The Prairie Athletic Club offers more for your money than any other health club in the area. Train in CrossFit, Pilates, hot yoga, and over 150 group fitness classes organized per week. Or upgrade to the PAC's new Platinum membership for unlimited access to these sessions, along with training zone and boot camp classes. Then get outside at the Dolphins Cove Water Park and the Prairie Pines Golf Club in Sun Prairie. Call, stop by, or visit prairieathletic.com today. Prairie Athletic Club, family, fun, and community.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You be like
Robin Madison with the romantic thought. I remember my first ex-wife. She made me so happy I could poop. That's the message for Robin Madison, 844-770-3776.
If that's not your cue to text in, we'll read anything. Just about.
Sadler wants to know, does it count when you say I love you, man? Because Strofe told him I love you, man, early on when they were drinking Coors Light.
I tell everybody I love when I drink.
Strofe. Yep. That's Strofe.
I'm a lover. I mean, I use that term pretty loosely, I would guess.
Probably.
But I love everything.
See, and that's wonderful. I think it's one of the things you got to have the time in, because otherwise I'd be like, hey, you don't. It means nothing because you're just saying it to everyone.
I
but
feel
I've known
like
you for a while now.
I feel like I say it, especially in our office, because similarly to Jim, obviously I've worked with them for several years. But I feel like I love you so much fly around a lot.
You do say
yes.
that, yes. To the point where I don't even realize it, but then when you said it there, I do not say that.
Weird. The guy who is not the hugger won't hug his mother-in-law.
Yeah, saw my mother-in-law
Jim
this weekend.
Didn't even go in for a hug.
No, not.
That's so weird. Does she know this story?
I don't think so.
Are you ever going to bring it up? Like, hey, is it weird that we don't hug?
No, he's taking this to the grave.
Why would I bring that up? It'd be weird I bring it up.
It would be weirder. Honestly, at this point, it might be weirder if you went in for a hug. I think if you actually went for the hug, she'd be weirded out now. At this point.
Yeah.
Well, what have you been together? Like,
no, here's the thing.
8 years right now?
There was a chance. And this doesn't say a lot about me, but I'll just reveal it.
I like where this is going.
It was at a funeral. And hugs were going around, and she was hugging just about everyone. So I just sidestepped my way out of the scenario.
Oh my gosh, Jim!
And went and got the car to pick my wife up. So.
Oh my gosh, that's so bad.
Kind of pushed the girls in front and said, and
dude, you are like you can't.
Did an Irish goodbye.
The situation did not like. If you're at a family reunion. I don't necessarily hate that. I don't agree with it, but I don't hate it. Your funeral, dude. You gotta...
She doesn't need a hug from me on her dad's funeral. She doesn't need a hug from me.
Jim, no, you are wrong.
I didn't dodge the hug. I didn't
did dodge the
She
hug.
didn't come in for a hug.
No, you knew that you weren't in line
I
yet,
am
so she had not
hyper-aware
made...
when hugs are around, and I
Oh.
usually remove myself from situations.
God, your spidey sense was tingling,
Yes.
and you got the heck out
It
of
was her
Dodge.
father's funeral?
That is
Yes.
not good, bud.
I spoke at it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
What?
No, you didn't
Yes, I
sidestep
said
a hug.
wonderful things. I didn't sidestep a hug. I Irish goodbye and a hug.
We can play it back. You said you sidestepped
Well,
out of there.
but
and
it was
got
an Irish goodbye. Like there was a crowd of people. She was like saying goodbye to people.
You were probably doing her
so
a
I
favor,
went like got her
right?
coat.
So she could hug other people.
Yes. The
Saint.
children. She wanted
Jim
to
the
hug my
Saint.
children. I went and got her coats.
Jim, you can still console her a little bit.
She doesn't need my consolence. We never hugged. Plenty of people were hugging. My wife hugged her. My kids hugged her. That's what they're there for. They're my hug replacements.
How recent was this?
Jim, that's your
years
mom.
ago.
For all intents and purposes, that's your mom.
Yeah.
You have two moms now. You got married. You now have two moms.
Look, she's great and I love her, but like, I don't have two moms. She would not call me her son. I am her son-in-law.
Oh, what's the first word?
Well, that's
Right,
here's
but
the,
there's a
that's the
difference between
difference. Is because my mother-in-law must love me because I'm her son. She must just love me.
I think they love me, but
If they're not wondering why haven't hugged my son-in-law for a decade,
I don't think about it much. It doesn't cross my mind. It doesn't affect me either way.
Oh man, that's just too good. Could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just for the show's sake and for science.
If it involves hugging, no.
Yeah. Next time you see her, just the side one.
No.
Just the side hug, and I want you to see. Tell me if she seemed like she appreciated it, or if it was equally weird for both of you.
I'm actually very curious.
I doubt that's
I'm
gonna
just
happen.
curious if she's cool with the no hugging too. Because if you went up and she was like, "Well," and it felt like
I would
awkward,
imagine
then
she's
I'd be
cool
like,
with
"Then
it.
you're doing it."
Because
She's fine with it.
look, older women, from what I've gathered, if they want a hug, they're gonna get a hug, right? Like that's at least to my experience.
So here's the thing. I did hug Tanya's grandmother, which would have been her husband who passed. She came up and I spoke, and she said it was a great eulogy, and she came in for a hug, and I gave her a nice big hug.
How did you end up giving the eulogy?
Well, one, he and I were close. He's a huge Badger fan, so like, and he's really the only sports fan in that family. So every holiday, whenever I saw them, we talked Badgers. He'd call me and ask me what channel the Badgers were on, and and I took him to a Badger game. And like we were, I was probably closer to him than maybe my regular grandparents. So like he and I were close, but also my wife had a horrendous, like we thought it was COVID. She tested even right before we left, a horrendous cold. She couldn't talk, couldn't do anything. So I spoke for her. But also I knew him really well. I do not at all feel I'm overstepping saying I was his like favorite. He would consider me his like more than his son-in-law. Like we were very close. So yes, that's also why I spoke.
All right.
So
this got sad.
But her husband,
Yeah.
but she came up,
you should be more available for hugs. Is what
my
I'm saying.
grandmother-in-law gave me a hug, and I gave her a hug.
That's
So why
good,
don't
but
you
Jim,
do it
you
with your
should just be
mother-in-law?
available for hugs.
Because she came up to me and asked for a hug, and I did. But this one I was like, you know what? I don't have to do this. I'm just going to grab the coats.
Here's the thing.
If
in
it's
Jim's
still going
defense,
on when
if
I
his-
get back,
If his mother-in-law came up to him and asked for a hug, I know Jim would do it. He
Yes.
wouldn't dodge it.
I wouldn't
He
do that.
would just remove himself from the situation,
Yeah, I just
so
Irish
he wouldn't
goodbye'd it.
ever get asked for a hug.
I used to do the same thing with my own like grandparent. Like I didn't want to hug them on an Irish goodbye my way out of that situation too.
Judgmental Jim.
I
That's
barely
such a
hug
weird
my
thing.
own hug my wife and my kids. I barely hug the rest of my mom or my dad or my brother. That's barely ever. So like the ratio is not that
Hug
bad.
your mom.
I'm sure next time I see her, I'm sure I will at the end, like when she leaves. Yeah.
Wow.
What? We're not
just-
huggers.
I know.
We're the opposite of that guy's family. They love you all the time.
Yeah.
You just never cease to amaze me.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Now, Matt is trying to revive my relationship with my mother-in-law, but I think it's fine. But in case you have issues with your business or your home and you need it revived, you can go talk to our good friends at Revive Restoration and RevivePros.com.
That's right, because nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive Restoration to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. From things like water damage, fire, smoke, mold, storm, asbestos, and more. They've got your home covered 24/7, 365 days a year. I actually had a buddy while I was gone tell me that his house was flooded. I hooked him up with the Revive Pros. They were out the next day pulling up carpet, getting his life back on track. They can do the same for you. Nobody wants accidents, but when they do, you want to make sure you can get back to normal as quick as possible, and the Revive Pros and the Revive Restoration team is here for you. No project too big or too small, so the next time you need help restoring your home or business, Revive Restoration has your back.
Shout out to Brandon in Tulsa. Fell in love with his wife after their first date, told her 8 weeks in that he loved her. Married her 6 months after that, celebrating 14 years in October.
I love that he knew it and still waited. Like, that's the right play. Like, you can know it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just take your time with it. Make sure, because you don't want to come off as too strong, right? So I think he played it pretty well. I approve of that. That was a good move.
The Adam Madison says, Jim, you're a real cold-hearted SOB. That's fair.
Cold-blooded.
Jack from Madison chimes in, Jim, is she a talker? In that case, maybe it's okay to get out of there without a goodbye. She was definitely a talker. Like, when they were there on Saturday,
so a hug's going to be a hug in a conversation.
Turning off the
He's
lights.
using whatever excuse he can.
I'm not making excuses. I am who I am. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We'll throw some stones next.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda's certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
At the Home Depot, we know pros want to be ready for whatever the job site has in store. That's why the Home Depot app is made for pros who don't miss a beat. So you can power your jobs with rentals to get the tools, trucks, and equipment you need fast. And Pro Extra benefits to keep your business growing. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
A toast to our new college grad who fills us with so much joy, almost as much as when we're in our RV. Oh, the world is your oyster, kiddo, and ours too. Now that we're covered with Progressive, Dad and I can hop in our RV anytime we want. Might even splurge on a retractable awning. Ooh, look out. Sorry, what was I talking about?
Protect your loved one with an RV policy from Progressive. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Pennzoil Platinum can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life Oil Filter for only $35.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
So you're in the middle of a kitchen update, and you can't tell if that's a faucet stem or a flange. With the Home Depot app, doing doesn't miss a beat. It'll find what you need in a snap, and it'll show you how to find it in store with a tap. Or get it delivered free. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
Investing in commercial real estate is never simple. From acquiring a property to managing the day-to-day, even the best investors need a partner they can trust. Rely on the agents at RE/MAX and the Preferred Commercial Group to build your desired lifestyle in real estate. Whether you want someone to take the wheel or just need a second opinion, head to commercialwisconsin.com/ESPN and find an investment partner to lead the way to your property dreams today. That's commercialwisconsin.com/ESPN.
We tend not to think about right now
But right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking. By you. Donate at V.org. Because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Medicine.
I love you, you love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you.
I don't know if I'm kissing at you guys, but I definitely love you guys. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. And, Matt, I do know
This could be a walkout song for Jordan Love.
There you go. You love Iron Jock. You probably, when you're lounging around, or maybe even some of your Olympic trial stuff, that Iron Jock gear could have been good for you to not stink the place up, because I don't know if you were doing laundry or anything.
Well, I did have a chance to do laundry one time while I was on my trip, but I absolutely brought my Iron Jock with me because when I was wearing that out in the cabin, because I was going on those runs like I was telling you, my friends did not want me coming back and just leaving that inside the cabin without it being, that would be a normal shirt. The Iron Jock, no worries, because they got the state-of-the-art silver ion technology that's guaranteed to keep me feeling fresh and smelling fresh and provide odor-fighting protection for as long as I own it. So I was not concerned. Took it out to the training center where I was at the Viking Lakes training facility doing all my testing for curling, and I was wearing my Iron Jock gear. I even had my Iron Jock headband to keep the hair out of my face. It's some of the best technology and athletic apparel that Wisconsin's got to offer. We love local products here at Rutledge and Hamilton. You should go check out Iron Jock for some of the highest quality fabrics and construction designed right here in Wisconsin. You can go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com for your Iron Jock apparel. Look cool like me and Jim out on the golf course, or maybe in the gym. Maybe you're on the curling sheet, or maybe you just want to look cool at that fun next family outing where you got to hug your mother-in-law. Iron Jock is for you. And just remember, it's Iron Jock, and it's inside what matters.
Smooth. Let's throw some stones.
That was good.
I tripped right at the end.
The guys think they have the answers to everything.
I'm the best.
It's what's inside that matters.
So it's time to put them to the test.
That's some booty, Jim.
That's just like your opinion, man.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
It is time to throw some stones here on Rutledge and Hamilton each and every day. I scour the interwebs to figure out what the heck has happened in the last 72. I've got questions. Jim and Matt have answers. I'll score them throughout, and at the end, we'll crown a winner of Monday's edition of Throwing Stones. Matt referenced earlier the brawl that happened in the MLB between the Guardians and the White Sox.
Oh, yeah.
The suspensions have been laid down from that scuffle. Jose Ramirez, the runner in this situation, he was the base runner.
For the Guardians,
who threw the punch. 3-game suspension. Tim Anderson, the second baseman of the White Sox, who got his ass knocked out.
Yep.
6-game suspension. He got double the suspension of Jose Ramirez. So he got knocked out and double the suspension.
Because he threw the first punch.
Correct, and he really initiated the brawl, but ultimately lost said brawl.
Yeah.
He's not having a good year either, so that just capped on top of it.
Yeah, that is salt to the wound. Jimmy, your response to the suspensions being laid down earlier this afternoon.
That's it. White Sox players do not do well in fights. We all remember Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
40-something-year-old Nolan Ryan, when Robin Ventura from the White Sox charged Nolan Ryan at a ball game, and Nolan Ryan put him in a headlock and just beat the bejesus out of his head there. So I don't know if that was... I don't know which one's worse. Probably Tim Anderson, because he got knocked the bleep out.
He committed,
yeah,
went up to it, and then got knocked out.
Yes, so that was pretty brutal for Tim Anderson. And then on top of that, stories coming out from former White Sox players talking about how they're happy to be traded because rookies were sleeping in the clubhouse during games. Players were just hanging out playing video games during games that they weren't in. Like, it's a pretty disastrous clubhouse there in Chicago on top of all this, and they're having a horrible year, and they're supposed to be good. So kind of just a dumpster fire overall for the Sox.
I mean, I think it's totally fair. Just because Ramirez, just because he ended the fight doesn't mean he started it. The person that starts it, they're the one that are escalating the situation. 100% he should get 6 games. Just because Ramirez has a heavy right hand and put him on the floor and put Timmy to sleep, I don't think he should get more than the 3. I think that's fair.
My TikTok feed is flooded with hype videos of Jose Ramirez's knockout punch.
It should be him, Jake Paul, next.
I actually, good transition, as I watched Jake Paul this weekend.
Hey-o!
Finally got me to watch one of his fights as he beats former UFC fighter Nate Diaz by TKO, 10 rounds. Decision, actually, not TKO. Decision. Knocked him down in the 5th round. Celebrity boxing, Jim. It seems like that's not your cup of tea, but it seems like Jake Paul now 7-1, actually a decent boxer. He says now he will do a UFC fight against Nate Diaz, which is where Diaz comes from. Do you respect this move by Paul if he follows through?
Sure. I mean, it's stupid. I don't like UFC at all. I've said it before. It's human cockfighting, and I don't need to watch it. But I would say that boxing, I feel like if he actually boxed like a legitimate boxer.
He did fight one, and that was his one loss.
Yeah, and he would continue to get
But it was
beat.
close. It was actually a decent fight, and this guy has no slouch.
And those boxers, I'm talking they're not around anymore, like Mayweather, Tyson, Holyfield, people who boxers just aren't a thing anymore. So you're already pulling from a very small pool. I feel like if you actually had to fight a historically good boxer, like Tyson would knock him out in 10 seconds because he's done that before. So I'm over. I don't even want to talk about whatever this guy's stupid name is. I think it's dumb. I think he's dumb. I think the whole thing's dumb. So there you go.
All right, there you go. Matt?
So I agree in the sense that Jake Paul got his fame being a total jerk-off. So I do not like this guy very much. That said, I'm intrigued by this. I'm into all the UFC fighters he's fought. Obviously, I feel like it's a little in his favor because it's not the same type of fighting. But if he follows through and wants to go with Nate Diaz in the cage, I mean, it's intriguing, but Nate Diaz was a stand-up striker anyway. That's what boxing is. I feel like it's just going to be Jake Paul trying to box in an octagon. So I don't think that fight's necessarily... It's not like he's going up against a wrestler or a grappler that would make it like he is out of his element. That said, there's another super fight coming up with Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. I believe
yep.
And he is one of the hardest hitting UFC guys. So I'm intrigued by that because he's got that raw power, and obviously Fury, the heavyweight champ of the world right now. So pretty intriguing there too. So I'm here for him.
The former heavyweight champion of the UFC. So that one's actually very interesting.
I mean, he's doing this because not that he needs money, but he's, I think, taking a break or out of the UFC because of the way they're treating their athletes or something like that. He's taking a stand. So I think it's good for him. It's definitely entertainment, and I'm here for all sorts of entertainment. So
I'm right there with you, brother. All right, next up. It seems like every season a backup player on the Packers becomes kind of a cult hero of sorts. And the latest one was cut yesterday. Danny Etling, the quarterback, who had some really nice runs in last year's preseason, cut before the first preseason game of this season, which leaves the quarterback room for the Packers down to 3 with Jordan Love, Sean Clifford, and Alex Magoo, the USFL MVP. Matt, were you surprised by this move by the Packers yesterday, cutting Danny Etling?
This falls into what Matt missed. This is news that I found out just now. That said, I'm not surprised. They had to cut that quarterback room down a little bit. They are not going to waste, what was a 5th round or 6th round that they used on Sean Clifford. And then they just brought this guy in from the USFL, Magoo. So I don't think there's any way that Danny Etling could have thought that his job was really that safe unless he was really outshining one of those two guys in practice. I'm sure he'll be a Jet soon.
Look, it's just life. You go from Tim Boyle to Etling to Magoo.
Don't forget, Brett Hundley was there for a while.
That was beforehand, but the little show pony fan favorite guy, they just cycle
Ben
out.
Kurt?
Yeah, Ben Kurt. Yeah, so For every Tim Boyle, there's a Kurt Benkert. For every Kurt Benkert, there was Danny Etling. And for every Danny Etling, there's a Magoo. It's just what it is. It's a circle of life. It's just a bottom-tier QB that'll be rotated out that'll maybe do some stuff on Twitch like Benkert. I don't know.
The only case for Etling is also the same case against Etling, and that was he had been there longer than the other two guys. They had more time to evaluate him.
Yep.
Right? He knew the playbook, but he had been there the longest, right? So, I mean, you can use that for him or against him. That's the case on Etling. Last one for you fellas. Twitter kind of blew up yesterday as the Packers, of course, filled their stadium, Lambeau Field, for family night on Saturday. The Chicago Bears had family night or family day or family morning, whatever they dub it down in Chicago yesterday.
Family Fest, I think.
Family Fest, sure. Some rendition of it. And not a lot of fans showed up to Soldier Field in Chicago. Does this matter, Jim?
Well, two things. One, no, so three things. Does not matter. Two, they also were running something at Hallis Hall at the same time where kids, underprivileged kids, got free dental work, free haircuts, free backpack, free school supplies, and this whole other thing. So that was another thing they were running simultaneously. So that might have eaten up some of the crowd. Lollapalooza was also right in the same area. The whole reason they want to move Soldier Field, because it is a nightmare to get to it and expensive to park at. But here's the biggest thing is, I think Badger fans are some of the best fans in all of college football, and they might draw 10,000 at best to their spring game. Ohio State, Alabama, all those places draw between 80 and 110,000, and I do not think Badger fans are lesser fans than those fan bases, so I'm not going to buy this one that Packer fans are better fans than Bear fans, because it's just a different tradition. I think it's a fun and cool tradition that the Packers have, but Alex, I think you told me only a few teams fill their stadium for the Family Fest, Family Night, whatever it is.
So what intrigues me the most about it is just the fact that Packer fans are they're ready for this Jordan Love era to start. That was the first time he took the field as the official number one, I am the starter quarterback of this era. That's why Jordan Love, that's why this stadium got filled. People want to see it. It's the start of an era. They could say, I went to the family night of the start of Jordan Love's career where he won us 7 Super Bowls and beat Tom Brady's career with one team, which is going to happen.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I would just say, kudos to Packer fans for filling up the family night.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's good for Jordan Love to get on the field in front of a full Lambeau Field, regardless of the situation. Get comfortable, kid, because that's your new home.
I'll ask you this, but I don't want you to answer it yet. And then I'm going to crown a winner, and then we're going to go to break.
We know I won. It's fine. We can just do this.
We do know you won. That's us crowning a winner. Congratulations.
DJ Khaled. Let's go. All right, Tommy Stroh. We're good.
Has this rivalry between the Packers and the Bears been rejuvenated with the quarterback change of Jordan Love?
Talk about that on the other side. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. Fall camp is underway for the Wisconsin football team at UW-Platteville under new head coach Luke Fickell. Fickell, speaking with the media a few days ago, describes what he's looking for in his first camp as the head coach of the Badgers.
Fall camp is really going to see how will we play together, how will we compete together, because it's different. I'm not as worried about how well we'll play together. It's going to be, how well can we continue to push through all the different adversities and stay together.
For continued coverage on all things Wisconsin football leading up to the opener on September 2nd, visit ESPNWisconsin.com.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X Golf Madison is for everyone. Heck, I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
So you're in the middle of a kitchen update, and you can't tell if that's a faucet stem or a flange. With the Home Depot app, doing doesn't miss a beat. It'll find what you need in a snap, and it'll show you how to find it in store with a tap. Or get it delivered free. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay, Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
I got my head out the sunroof. I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. You got those pretty eyes in your head. You know
Alex, you asked a good question before we went to break, and let's throw that up,
Jim.
Even though it's the end of our show, I'm going to put it up because I don't know if we have one yet for our Iron Jack poll question. What was the question you asked? Courtesy of Alex Stroh, if you can give yourself a shout out on Twitter for it.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not that self-serving, but it is a good question.
It's just like a New Year's resolution because you are often self-serving.
Are you referring to something in particular there, buddy?
Are you funking with me? I don't know what's going on.
That seemed oddly personal from you.
No, I'm just saying that we are all self-serving. You often make sure to give yourself the shine you deserve. So,
well, thanks.
I was just giving permission for you to do what you're going to do anyways.
You're Richard. I asked, has the Packers-Bears rivalry been rejuvenated with the quarterback change to Jordan Love?
All right, that's our first Iron Jack poll question. Has the rivalry been rejuvenated with Jordan Love? You can take that two ways. One, clearly there's a drop from Rodgers to Love. I think we all can agree on that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I feel like that's still weirdly in the air for some Packers fans.
I mean, I think a lot. We haven't seen him play yet as a starter, Jim.
And well, it's more of like what I get more. And Alex was even guilty of this the other day when he was on one of his shows. Like, yes, Aaron Rodgers wasn't good last year. I'm like, oh, he was good. He just wasn't Aaron Rodgers good last year.
He wasn't that good.
He was top 12.
He was a top 12 quarterback.
I have high standards for quarterback play, Jim.
But that's different.
Yeah, that's entitled down.
I would say that more than half the league, probably short of like 12 teams, you would take Aaron Rodgers' play over what their quarterback gave them.
Last year, yeah.
Including Chicago. And so, I mean, long term, no, but
right.
I would say probably over Detroit, too. So 2 out of, I think Kirk Cousins had a pretty good statistical season. They still would take Aaron Rodgers over like Kirk Cousins. They still would make that trade.
Probably.
So if you just looked at it like that,
there'd be some spite in that trade,
right? But just like in an imaginary world, if you did like the trade value like for a 1 season thing, most teams in the league would take Aaron Rodgers, just swapping quarterbacks.
I'm not saying he's not good anymore.
It just wasn't good for Aaron Rodgers.
It wasn't good. Jordan Love can do what Aaron Rodgers did a year ago.
Statistically, he might be able to maybe get there, but that doesn't mean he was the same quarterback. Like what Aaron does, and this was in The Athletic from Sando, where they talked about it. They said LaFleur is just as much on the microscope as Jordan Love is, because
as he should be.
As what Aaron does as far as changing formations and changing plays and calling plays while he's basically on the field was so underreported that we're going to see what...
Who is on Twitter right now?
Here's the thing.
Hold on. Time out.
No.
Yes.
You asked a question, and we haven't answered it at all.
But wait, what do you mean who's on Twitter?
Okay, Oh, that was me.
Okay.
I thought it was
Don't
my
like
personal
our own
account.
tweets.
I thought it was my personal account.
You're doing a radio show. Why are you on Twitter?
Because I wanted to vote for it. Right. Because you haven't let me answer the question yet. It was burning inside me.
All right.
Get off Twitter and answer the question now.
Cure your burn.
Yeah, I'm telling it might not be back to what it once or what it was, but it's definitely trending in that direction. We have a competitive rivalry, or what I'm assuming is going to be a competitive Bears team where it just really hadn't been in the past. What I hear, 24-6 in the last 30 years at Soldier Field.
Favre and Rodgers. So
right, with Favre and Rodgers,
yeah.
right. So I'm
just saying you didn't give full context.
Yeah, with Favre and Rodgers.
Yes.
So now that we have Jordan Love, it's probably not going to be quite as good as them. Doesn't mean it can't get close maybe someday, but right now these teams seem to be on par, and that should be exciting if you're into rivalries, especially, I don't know, maybe the oldest one in the NFL, the most storied one in the NFL.
It's one of the oldest in sports.
Yeah, like that's a cool thing. It's cool that it's going to have some juice now.
Well, and it basically proves the point that I've said for years, that this rivalry, I think, had laid dormant, but it was a sleeping giant. Like the second, and I'm just following social, and I follow plenty of Packers and plenty of Bears-related things. One, Bears obviously is a fan, Packers for work, and it's chippy. Whether it's the family night stuff, whether it's comparing throws from Jordan Love to Justin Fields, whether it's Bears fans just assuming you can't have a great quarterback or 3 times in a row, or that Packer fans don't acknowledge that running the ball counts in the NFL as well. Like, all those things are all making it fun. Maybe we should go over to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton and we can watch a game over there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great for a date night. It's great for a dinner. It's great for an event. It's great for so many things. It's also great for just giving each other a hard time about our favorite teams, the Bears and the Packers. And Lee would happily jump in on that conversation as well.
Absolutely.
We'll have Lee on again in August sometime this month here. But go to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, best kept secret in Madison. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.